Thanks for joining me today, Debbie from Debbie's Scrapbooking Buddies, and it's Collaboration Day. So the Savvy Scrapbookers, today we're using the Boo-Yah paper and stickers. You're going to need a couple pieces of cardstock, and I got to show you, we even have a bonus page for you today. Each one of us got a bonus page or border, so you're going to even get to do this. So 22 minutes, 3 pages. So glad you joined us today. Let's get started. So the pieces of paper that you need from Boo-Yah are going to be this cats and brooms and bats. You are going to need this moon and the clouds. You will need the beautiful polka dot one. So these 3, you will also need a piece of white paper, a scrap of black, because we're going to do a bonus page, so make sure you stick around for that. You'll need a white page or use one of the pages in your album, and we're going to use this. So right now I'm just going to move this because this is for our bonus page. And we're going to get started cutting. So these are our first 2, so let's set these aside. And you know, do you ever have a piece of paper that you absolutely love, but you're like, I love this side and I love this side, or I love this side and this side? I'm going to show you today. We're going to use both sides of this piece of paper, okay? So we're going to grab our trimmer, and our first cut, let me get you a little Post-it so you can see what we're doing here. Our first cut, we're going to cut at 5 by 12. So you technically don't have to open your arm for this one, but we will for our next one. So let me go ahead and open that. So 5 by 12. I want to make sure I'm on the screen for you. 5 by 12. Okay. We're going to cut that like that. We're going to be flipping that over like this. Then this one, we're going to do 7. We don't need that anymore. So we're going to have 5 left over here, but we're going to put the 7 inside, just like this one. So we're going to do the 7. And then you're going to want to save this piece for our bonus page. Okay. So that's going to be the inside of that. Then you're going to grab your white. I'm using the bright white cardstock. And you're going to need to make this 5. Okay, this you are also going to use, we're going to use that for maybe a couple mats. Okay, I'm loving the Boo-Yah line, super fun. It's a little busy. So being a little busy, sometimes we have to kind of tone it down a little bit. Okay, so this, I am not actually working on Halloween pages today. We went to Universal with some of our family, and I'm going to be doing Harry Potter pages with this, which is absolutely perfect. So we're taking the 12-inch sticker, and we are going to make sure this is nice and lined up, and that's going to hold our page together. So I'm going to try to keep that as centered as I can, all the way down. Now, if you wanted to, it's holding it pretty good. If you wanted to, you could put a little piece of paper behind there too, just as a little, I don't know, insurance, I guess. But I think it's going to be fine because I'm going to attach it to a page. So I'm going to make sure this is lined up nice and straight again. And we're going to grab our other long green sticker from the Boo-Yah stickers. And make sure it's nice and straight at the bottom. Try to get that centered as much as you can. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we've got our base pages done. We're going to be using this polka dot. I love polka dot. If you know me, you know I love polka dot. So we are going to be cutting this in half. Okay, so we're going to be doing 6. Let me get you a little Post-it so as I'm working along you can see it. We're doing 6 by 9. So we're going to cut our 6 first. Then we're going to flip it, and we're doing our 9. Now the leftover pieces you're going to want to save because we're going to use them for our bonus page. Actually, we only use one of them, but just set the other one aside with it. We're going to do one more. We've got it 6 and take it to 9. Okay. So now these are where we're going to put our pictures. I love matting pictures. I don't know about you. Let me know if you like to mat. I love matting pictures, but sometimes I'll mat with a giant mat. Okay. And I think maybe we'll push this up and this down. So I'm going to be using a title up here today. So you're going to want to make sure you save room for your title. Obviously, your title probably isn't going to be the same as mine because maybe you're using these for Halloween pages. But I am going to be putting my pictures on here with a title and then some sticker clusters here, here, and here. So I think once I get this the way I want it, I kind of like that. Okay, so I'm just making sure that it's centered here. So let's grab some adhesive. We have a beautiful day here in Northwest Indiana. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're enjoying the Savvy Scrapbookers. So now I'm going to just center this in this space here. So I've kind of looked at the space here, here, and down there. Kind of making it all the same or close to it, okay? And with scrapbooking, remember, you don't have to be perfect. Okay, if you're making a quilt, you don't have to be perfect. So we are just gonna eyeball it. Now, if you want to get your ruler out, you could measure that if you want. I am not gonna do that. Okay, so I have cut my pictures down just a smidge because if you're doing a 6x6 picture, it's gonna go top to bottom. So I have cut like a 1/4 inch off of each. We were at Universal in Florida. So I'm gonna put that on there like that. And I've got my little Harry Potter. We're in the Wizarding World. And don't look too close at this picture. You will see me with my eyes shut. That was a crazy ride. I get a little motion sickness. So that was a little bit crazy. So I'm gonna bring this in here. Got my daughter and the grandkids all in here. We're gonna go about like that. And then we have one picture here. Now, when I brought this over here, this seems just a little bit busy to me. There's a lot going on with the paper, so I really want to do a little mat, okay? And you might find that too. So we can do a mat. This is because we had cut off of over there. So let's do my pictures 4, let's say 4.5. Because I just think it's a little bit too busy. So 4.5 and probably, let's do 6.5. And then I'm also gonna do a little sticker cluster above it. So I'm gonna bring it up because I kind of want it to match this. And I'm gonna give myself a little 3-inch and I'll show you what we're gonna do with that. Okay, set that aside. We don't need that. Because sometimes your stickers are going to get lost, and I don't want it to get lost. So that looks much better. And then we're going to do a little sticker cluster here. I've got a title. So one here, one here. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want my sticker cluster there or there. I think I'm going to just center that for right now. And let's go ahead and stick our pictures down. And make sure you're hanging with me because we're going to do a bonus page at the end with the leftover stuff. There was so much stuff in this pack and the paper was really fun and busy. So we're like, maybe we could do a little bonus page or a bonus border. So make sure that you are hopping over to the girls' pages. And that's the Lazy Scrapbooker with Donna and Nicole Scrapbooks, Nicole Sews page, and getting all the rest of your pages done. And there we go. That looks good. And let's stick these down. Now, I wanted a title, and I wanted like a Harry Potter title. And I was telling a friend of mine about it. And I don't know if you like Cricut as much as I love Cricut, but I love Cricut for titles sometimes. And you can go to Dafont, D-A-F-O-N-T, .com, and they have all kinds of fun ones. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and she told me that she had the Harry Potter font. And she's like, I'll send it to you. I'm like, woohoo. So she sent it to me and I downloaded it. And then you can go pick it out when you're doing your font on your Cricut. So a little trick for you there. Let's go ahead and stick our pictures down, and then we are going to put our stickers on. And I kind of want this centered, so yeah, let's make sure it's straight though. How about that? Start with that. And I don't know, how about you, but my allergies have been driving me insane. My voice is all scratchy and my nose is running and just craziness. This looks like it's a smidge off and I don't even know how that happened. So I am just going to quick trim that. That's better. Okay, let's embellish now, okay? So I did, on the Cricut with the Harry Potter font, I did this fun little Harry Potter letters. And I think we're going to put one of the little Harry Potter, like witches' hats on this. I think that would just add a little something, something there. Maybe pull it up a little bit and bring it to the side like that. Cute. Okay, let's stick that down. So what you're going to do is whatever your title is, you're going to want to use a little piece of that white paper that was left over right here. And you are going to want to get yourself a title. Unless you're using white letters would look great on this. Okay. And let's add ourselves some stickers. So up here, the good thing about the Boo-Yah was I thought it was going to work, and it does, I think, works perfectly for Harry Potter. So we're going to do something like that. Sometimes I cut my stickers out so that I can play with them ahead of time. I don't know if you've ever done that, but I do love doing that. And I don't know, I think my Hocus Pocus, I was going to pop it, but I don't think so. Maybe I will just pop my spider because I think that would look kind of cool. Just making sure we're all centered. Don't forget to stay with me. We're going to do one bonus little page in a minute here. So I'm going to put, how do I want that? Maybe about like that. If you wanted to, you could doodle on there. You don't have to. We're going to do a little sticker. Let's use this one right here. Let's do this little spider in the little web. And I think that would look really cute up here in the corner, right on our corner, like that. You can come over your picture a little bit if you wanted it to. Okay, and then we're going to do a little something here. So I picked the Let's Ride and a broom. So I got the big broom and the little broom. I don't know if we kind of want to put it on an edge like this. That's kind of fun. Harry Potter, we got a spell book and maybe a little hand. Like a little creepy hand coming out of it like that. Okay, let's put it together. And I love this big broom. So let's just add that. Kind of just, and it can go overlap the picture a little bit. And let's put the spell book down. And now I'm just kind of centering this in the space that's right here. And these stickers almost look like they glow in the dark. They have an iridescent kind of look to them. And let's tuck that underneath there just a smidge. And let's do the Let's Ride. And I kind of think I have to pop this one. If you don't like using foam squares, you don't have to do this. But sometimes it just gives it a third dimension that I absolutely love. So we're going to put a few foam squares. Yes. Yes. And then we're going to do our bonus page. So Let's Ride. There we go. Awesome. So we did these two pages, 13 minutes. Okay. So now set these aside and let's do our bonus page. And our bonus page, we are going to just use a piece of white paper. And you're going to need a scrap of black and this little stuff that we saved. okay, from our borders. So we're going to use the spider web, and we need 1 row of these spiders, okay? So I'm just putting it in. I don't know if you haven't used this before. I'll bring this up. There's 2 marks right on here. You can start on either one. And when I say start on either one, I'm lining up the edge of the paper on that. And then you bring it over and you just cover the blue and line it up all the way across. So this is going to tuck underneath our border. So it doesn't really matter how wide it is, but we'll just cut it off a little bit to tuck it underneath there. So we don't need this. Let's get rid of that. And we're going to grab our trimmer and we're just going to trim it off. I'm going to say 1.25 inches. Okay. Doesn't need to be exact. You could do it with scissors if you needed to. Okay. So now we are going to take this little piece right here. Let me grab my little Post-it so you can see. And we're going to start with the orange. And the orange is on the back side of this. So you can either put it this direction or that direction. I think I am going to go, let's go horizontal. So it's already 12 inches. We're going to go to 2 3/4. Let me make sure that you can see what I'm doing here. 2 3/4. Okay. Now while we've got this paper here, we're going to cut us a few mats. So we're going to go to the 4. And we're going to do a couple 4x6 mats. So open that up. Okay. And we're going to do a couple 4x4s. So this 4x4 and 4x4. Now this we're not using. We'll set that right here. Set this aside. And now we have this leftover piece that we had before. So we are going to be cutting that purple at 2 1/4. So 2 1/4 is right there. And we're going to take a 1/2 inch off. So just bring it over here to the 1/2 inch line. Take a 1/2 inch. Now you don't need those 2 pieces. That's going to go here. Now we have this little strip that was left over. It is 3. So we're going to make 2 3x3 squares. Okay. Then we're going to diagonal those. So that was 3x3. So if you're using a different paper, these are all just left over from our pages that we just did. Okay. 2 diagonals here and 2 more. Okay, we're ready to start putting these together. We don't need this. So we are going to start with our orange piece, and this is just going to be centered in there. Ooh, and of course I ran out of tape. I always do during a demo. And you're going to want to make sure that your clouds and your moons are facing correctly on this. And then we're just centering it. Okay. Then we're going to bring this spider web and it's going to be tucked behind it. Okay. So I don't know. You can do whichever way is easier for you. I think I'm just going to use Repo because Repo is going to be the easiest thing. And I'm just going to run the Repo straight down that. Okay. Then I'm going to flip it over and I want just the spider webs to show. So let me move this so you can see what I'm doing here. Let go. And just the spider webs showing. Okay, so if you got any adhesive, like I got a few little dots over it, that will just rub off. How fun is that? Okay, and now we're going to put these in here. Like this. So I'm going to lay them out and then I'm going to come back in because I kind of want them, I want to have the same amount of space. So I'm going to start with the top and the bottom one because I'm putting the corners actually in the corner of the border. So it goes just like that. Do the same thing with this one. Then we're going to be adding a few little stickers. Okay. Now these two, once again, I kind of want them centered. So lay them out the way you want. And then bring them back in and stick them down. I hope you like that I did use the Boo-Yah today in a different way. A lot of times we get caught up in just using something for what it's intended for. And maybe you don't even do Halloween. So I wanted to show you today that we could use it for something else. Okay, I think I want this little guy about right here. And we're going to put this guy kind of over it just a little bit. Well, maybe over a little bit more. Scoot him over just a smidge. There we go. Bring this one down a little bit. And I got to pop the Happy Halloween, because I think we just need to pop it. There we go. Put a couple of foam squares on that. Then we got mats to put down, and we're going to be done. Okay, pop our Happy Halloween. Let's go ahead and stick this down, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to put my mats. So bring this over here. Bring this right along the edge. And then we've got our 4 mats. Now I'm going to put these mats, because you can see my paper's going horizontal. So I'm going to put these horizontal. If you put your paper the other way, maybe you want to put it the other way. But I like the way it looks like that. Okay, so then I'm kind of looking at the space on the top and the bottom here. Lining them up. And let's stick it down. Glad we were able to bring you a bonus page today. Let me know how you like that. Let me know what you're going to use your pages for. I love seeing what people think outside the box and use it for. So let me know that in the comments below. And there we go. Awesome. And we did 3 pages in 22 minutes. Yay! Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next month on the Savvy Scrapbookers.